little William is 1 week old, and I cannot freeze time in real life, y'all. He's already growing so quickly, but I wanted to at least film a video and just kind of capture this time in our lives, and also share with you some tips and tricks, hacks that I have learned now 5 babies in of motherhood, 5 postpartums later, some things that can help make this season easier, and just some things that I've learned along the way. So I'll scatter those throughout this video and kind of share some things I have learned. I feel like it's something in motherhood you're always learning and growing, but these are some things that I wish I would have known earlier on. The first one is actually to take it easy. I know everyone says that, and if you're like me, you are ready to roll very soon after birth. I know, especially with how difficult my pregnancies are, I very quickly after birth just am itching to get up and go. But it's something that I have done both ways. Some babies I have overdone it too soon and regretted it later. It's very beneficial, not just for now, but even for later in life. I know a lot of people go by the 5-5-5 rule, where 5 days in the bed, 5 days on the bed, and then 5 days around the bed. I purposely did not film this video earlier because I wanted to be very, very intentional about a lot of just laying down in bed, sitting up, and that's honestly still a lot of what we're doing 1 week in. It's good to get up and around a little bit, but being so intentional not to overdo it, just taking this time to bond with the baby and establish good breastfeeding, nourish your body, rest your body. You'll be seeing a lot of that in today's video, but not only that. It is currently noontime, and I just put some leftovers in the oven. The others will be in from the barn soon. William just nursed. He's currently nursing every 2 to 3 hours, although I'm letting him cluster feed as he wills. On average, I'd say about every 2 hours that he's nursing. Fresh air, another huge thing for postpartum. I walked this little stretch so many times, especially that last month of pregnancy. This little uphill climb here always made the contractions a little bit worse. But fresh air does so much for one mentally, and honestly this is my first time going out since having William, because like I said, I was really prioritizing the taking it easy, but also this time of year you can't really sit outside and sun yourself, which all my other babies were summer babies. I'm just gonna let the chickens out here a while. Hey ladies. All my other babies were born in the summer. I always loved to just sit in the sunshine some. So, oh good, we have some eggs. I'm gonna gather those quick. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 eggs, I guess, today. But where I was headed with that is something, it doesn't have to be like working hard or even going for walks, or like, I know often when we're outside you just feel like you have to move. Even just sitting outside can be huge for mental health, and like especially if you're dealing with some like baby blues, that kind of thing, it can be very beneficial for that. So highly recommend stepping outside, getting some fresh air when you can. And I'm already heading back in. I literally just went to open the chicken coop now, but I'm very excited to soon, probably within the next week, start incorporating some gentle walks and things like that. Nothing strenuous. I'm not going to be hoeing up gardens for a couple weeks yet, but just that fresh air is so key. From church just dropped off a delicious meal for us, and that is one way, y'all. If you have friends having babies, bless them with a meal. This looks delicious, and is another key thing for healing postpartum is how you nourish your body. Sometimes it's hard to even remember to eat, being so wrapped up in all the newborn sweetness and nursing around the clock. And if you have other kids, it's a lot to juggle and get used to a new normal. But nourishing your body is so vital for healing, and also what you eat is what your baby eats, right? So this is not the time when you have to worry about like a 5-course dinner to take people. Honestly, bone broth is one of the best things that you could eat postpartum. Lots of veggies, lots of water. I drink quite a few of these per day. Anyway, just a simple meal can mean so much to a postpartum friend. And if you are the one postpartum, really paying attention to eating whole foods, healthy foods, lots of protein can be really helpful. I have found in my breastfeeding journey, and I feel like this is a little bit different for everyone, so it's worth a try anyways, but is oats really help my milk supply. So this time, obviously, we're still establishing the milk supply, and one thing I do different, I do not do intermittent fasting at the beginning of breastfeeding till that's established well. But I found in previous times that if my milk supply, I feel like, needs a little bit of a boost, I will make these like energy balls out of rolled oats, flaxseed, and coconut oil, and then I'll add in a couple of other ingredients. But I found that those 3 things, and if you do some research, they are very beneficial in boosting milk supply, and I have found that to be true for myself. So that usually boosts it right back up. There's also a tea, I think it's called Mother's Blessing tea, that I've had really good results with. Speaking of which, I was gonna talk supplements a little bit. Let's move over this way a little bit to my supplement cabinet, because I want to talk about that a little bit. I honestly don't have a lot to show you. I know that I mentioned this in my home birth video, but I have to talk about it again here. This Reckless Blood Tonic, y'all, when you lose a lot of blood through birth, like either at delivery or postpartum, you feel the effects often in energy and feeling weak, that kind of thing. And this I've used in the past 2 labor and deliveries and has been a game changer. My natural doctor actually gave this to me, and he said that he's had a number of women that always hemorrhage, and until they started taking this, and he's never had anyone hemorrhage on this. Now obviously I can't make those claims, but just passing on what he said. And I have bled very, very little both times when I took this. So I would highly recommend it, and I only take half a teaspoon when I go into labor, and then half a teaspoon right before giving birth or right after giving birth, and highly recommend it. And then the other, well, 2 things I guess that I could mention is this Hemaplex I took through a good portion of my pregnancy, but if you have lost a lot of blood, this is a really good iron supplement. I was taking the Floradix iron always when I had low iron prior to this, and actually found out that it has like synthetic vitamin B in it, I think, and this one has a lot more iron per tablet than what you get with that. And take it with something with vitamin C, and don't take it with like milk products. So I would wait like 2 hours on either side of taking this to have any dairy. And then also, yes, I've stuck with my liver. This is desiccated liver from Perfect, I guess, Perfect Supplements is what it's called. I took this on camera one of the first times when I was taking it. Y'all, the smell is something else. These smell awful and they taste awful. I will usually have a bit of fruit, maybe an orange, again, to help with the iron absorption, or even a banana, something to get the flavor out of my mouth after. But y'all, these are so good. When I mentioned them on Instagram, a number of people were like, oh, I've heard those are really good postpartum, both for energy and for your iron. And I have to say, I'm very impressed with these. Definitely plan to keep taking these for a while.
You have washed me over and over again. You are making me new. You have washed me over and over again. You are making me new.
God is great and God is good, and we thank Him for our food. By His hands we all are fed. Give us, Lord, our daily bread. Amen.
Full of mercy you are, full of grace you are, full of love, Lord, you are for me. You forgive, you forget, you heal all my regrets. Full of mercy you are for me. Sin is deep at your feet. I'm here once again, humbled by your love for me. You prepare me a seat and you call me your friend, who is like our God and King. You have washed me over and over again. You are making me new. Yeah. You have washed me over and over again. You are making me new.
It's a little after 9 now. Josh is tucking the kids into bed. He has William with him so I can get a shower, and I know you don't see him on camera a lot, but he is the real hero behind all of this. First of all, if you watched my birth story, you know he caught the baby, was calm, cool, and collected through all of that. But since then, he has been cleaning, he has been cooking, he's been serving me breakfast in bed, and just taking care of everything. So while he has William, I just nursed William, by the way, I'm gonna go grab a shower, brush my teeth, get ready for bed, and then yeah, we'll tuck in, go to bed. I usually wake up 3-4-ish times throughout the night. I feel like with every one of my babies, they all have a couple nights that are really rough, and there were 2 or 3 nights where William screamed from like 9 to 1 or something like that, like was just very fussy that period. But the last 2 nights, I think, have been really good again. And so yeah, that seems to be kind of the norm, 3 or 4 times of nursing throughout the night, and then we'll see you again in the morning.
Full of love, Lord, you are for me.
Immediately, Mary placed the child in the arms of the helper. We're going to the mansion on the happy day express. The letters on the engine are J-E-S-U-S. The guard calls all for heaven. We gladly answer yes. We're going to the mansion on the happy day express. And he walks with me and he talks with me.
So mornings kind of switch back and forth. It's not always the same order. The Bake Kids have been a huge help this week with getting breakfast for the little ones while I snuggle in bed with William as long as I can, with being up multiple times in the night to nurse him and be with him. I'm not making it priority to wake up early in the mornings right now, so I will sleep till whenever he wakes up, or usually Avi will join me in bed the last little bit after Josh is already at the barn. And then whenever I get up, I like to get ready immediately. This morning we've actually already had family devotions, and Josh and some of the kids are outside a while, so I'm sitting down now too. I have my breakfast here. I'm gonna eat that and then we're gonna read. I'm currently reading this Everyday Bible. It's a chronological Bible, like reading the Bible in a year. So I'm gonna read that, and then also this Streams in the Desert book. I like to do that for my devotions, and then I actually spend a lot of the morning just in bed here reading and doing whatever, answering emails, maybe that kind of thing, until it's time to heat up lunch. So that's kind of what I've been doing. I might start being a little bit more active in like the rest of the mornings, although it is kind of mid-morning by now, I think. But books I've been reading recently, I might do a bit of a, like, all the books I've read so far this year sometime, because I've read some really good ones. Right now I'm actually reading this amazing liver and gallbladder flush, which is kind of funny. But if you've been around for a while, you know that I struggled with gallstones the end of my pregnancy, and so this is a really informative book and has been recommended by a lot of people. So I don't agree with everything that he says in here, but it is fascinating and helps you kind of understand the process and what you can do to get rid of them or to avoid them in the future, that kind of thing. But a different book that might be more applicable to a lot of you is this one that I just finished. It's called The Whole and Healthy Family by Jody Maccabee. Just finished this one and it is also a really good read. So I'm gonna sit here, nurse William again, and have my breakfast, have my devotions, and we'll probably just take it pretty easy here for a good part of the morning. Okay, yep, we did end up just a lot of snuggling throughout the rest of the morning and reading, eating, right? So I hope you enjoyed the little sneak peek into 24 hours with a newborn. I hope some of the tips I gave are helpful to you. Thank you so much for being here, and I will look forward to seeing you next time. Bye, friends.
Golden, golden thing.